This is going to be a pretty simple review. Not because it was a simple chapter, but because most of the chapter was fighting. And I think that if we have like a chapter that's just mostly fighting, as a reviewer, it gets kind of redundant to just go through the entire thing because it's like, and then he used this jutsu, so it's kind of like you're just telling your audience exactly what they just read. And me personally, when it comes to Naruto or any manga, I care more about the actual story than the action. But that's not to say that when you get action, you don't appreciate it. I did. I thought this was a really, really good chapter in terms of action. If it were a story chapter, I would have been able to point stuff out. But in this, I feel it's just like there really aren't any contradictions or anything that seems, out of place. The Obito Gum Gum Balloon was a little bit weird, but it made sense in the fact that it's the Jubi. That's the power of the Jubi, and Kishimoto could expand it to whatever he wants or feels necessary. So, like I said, it makes sense because he has a lot more freedom. Um, but also, when it comes to like chapters that deal with story, you could also acknowledge like the consistencies and how good the message of the chapter is, and you can analyze the dialogue a lot more. But we really didn't get that in this chapter, and that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly okay and acceptable. It's like going to see the Avengers and then going to see The Dark Knight Rises, The Avengers has a crap load more action than The Dark Knight Rises, and The Dark Knight Rises is more story based. So it just really depends on your appreciation for both, on what it is you like, You can't really be like, oh man, The Avengers sucked because the story sucked. No, it's just a different type of movie. I think that's one of the reasons why Naruto is so popular in the States, because it's like people just want to see fighting. Naruto versus whatever. It's cool. It's fun, and I don't know. I'm wondering if Kishi should do more chapters like these. What do you think? Personally, I would enjoy more story based chapters. But tell me your opinion. But just talking about the details that stood out to me. Well, first of all, Sarutobi's finally putting in some work. He doesn't succeed, but at least he's able to scout Obito out and find out how his weapon works. He finds out that it's malleable. Toriyama pulls out some Konan jutsu type shit because he's like, using exploding talismans. He even takes out some Jubi fodder at one point. They're like, they're like little rabbits blowing up. Like, as readers, we should know, we should already know that all these jutsus by the Hokages, as epic as they look, they're not going to work. They're not going to work on Obito for the simple fact that we haven't seen the Jubi's last form yet. It's basic storytelling logic. We also get to see Darui for some random ass reason. It's like every week I feel like Kishi has this raffle, like he has like this bucket with papers with the names of the characters that he doesn't show. So he closes his eyes and he's like, who am I gonna show this week? Darui. Minato clones himself and he's about to use a jutsu called Spiral Flash Ring Dance Howl Technique. What the hell is that? That is if the name is any indication, that's either a very, very epic jutsu or a very simple jutsu with a very long ass and complicated name. It's also important to notice how Sarutobi gets taken out by Obito. I know he doesn't really get taken out because he's Edo Tensei, but he gets hit on the shoulder, and he's like, oh, like has a very, very, just pain-filled face. He's like, yeah, that's the elbow I used to, yeah. Anyway, so he gets hit on the shoulder, and then Obito puts his hand right here, and then sort of like a mini, Biju bomb forms here, and then this goes through his hand. It expands, and he basically obliterates Sarutobi's upper half and his entire face. And if you look at the end of this chapter, Obito's doing the exact same thing. Well, he's about to do the same thing to Sasuke and Naruto. But I trust Minato enough for him to get them out of that predicament. Anyway, my two favorite parts of this chapter, Hashirama is going to rush in to help. And who pops up? Who has to pop up? But Madara's like, you're out of time, Woody boy. Makeout session. It's kind of cool because it looks like both of them are finally going to bring their A game and go at it. And a lot of people, myself included, have been saying that maybe ever since Obito became the Jinchuriki, Madara could have like an ace up his sleeve, just to do something, because he was way too calm. But at this point, I think we have to start acknowledging that maybe,
All Madara wants is just his baby Hashirama. Lipstick taser. Best part of the chapter, in my opinion, Sasuke. Sasuke, because he's schooling Naruto. He's like, it's like Sasuke's his wife. He's like, pay attention, fool. If you're not gonna analyze the situation, Naruto, go make me a sandwich. Lastly, it was really cool to see Sasuke save Naruto with his Susanoo. You gotta admit, there was a little bit of a fanboy in you when you saw that moment. Everybody, because it's like, we're going back to that Team 7 camaraderie that we had. Could it be interpreted as a game element? Probably, but I honestly felt it was very sweet in a very no homo-ish type of way. He's even thinking of that Team 7 picture, and it's like, oh, low blow, right in the nostalgia nuts. Kishi also has a way of maintaining Sasuke's enigma status, because even though he saved Naruto, and any normal person would consider that act an act of kindness, Sasuke has always had a way of doing something good and then just saying something that makes you think that he did it out of a very, very bad reason. And it's like, he tells Obito, no, like, you don't get to kill Naruto. The one who is going to erase the past is me. So we don't really know if he means he's going to erase Naruto. But yeah, it's enigmatic, because we don't really know what he means when he says that. It looks kind of malicious, but at the same time, he did save Naruto, so what's going on there? And I like that. Also, in the last page, it kind of looks like Obito activates his Rinnegan to do something. I'm not sure if he used it. It's not really clear. So I can't really give him credit until I understand what he did there. Or if we're ever going to get an explanation. We might not. But I'm just saying, it kind of looked like he used his Rinnegan, so that's good. Because I want to see more Rinnegan usage. This chapter was like 95% fighting. I appreciate it for what it is. I thought it was good. The only thing I'm going to say is that there is that exclusion of characters, like characters that, like, where's Sakura? Didn't she say she was going to go in? Where's she now? I mean, but that's been going on for a couple of chapters now, so I'll forgive that. I mean, it's whatever. There's too many characters in this place anyway, so it's like, yeah. Comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what you thought. Thanks, guys. Bye.